Picture this. You're at the MCG in the 90s. Shane Warne twirls the ball in his hand, takes that slow walk to the crease, and the whole crowd leans forward. You know something's about to happen. Fast forward to Suncorp Stadium in 2025. Reece Walsh sweeps out the back, steps off that left, ball tucked under his arm, and suddenly the whole stadium is buzzing. Same feeling, same magic. That's the comparison former Australian cricketer Ian Healy just made. Walsh to Warne. Not comparing the legend to a kid starting out, that wouldn't be fair to either of them. What Healy's pointing out is that the rise of both is eerily similar. Both came in and lit up their sports in a way nobody else could. G'day legends, welcome back to the Old School Broncos podcast, where we look at the big stories in rugby league, but always through the Broncos lens. This week, former Australian cricketer Ian Healy, the bloke who stood behind the stumps for every ball of Shane Warne's rise, reckons Reece Walsh is walking a similar path to Warne. So today we're going to dig in what Healy actually said, how Warne became bigger than cricket, and why Walsh is dealing with pressures no other NRL player faces. Finally, what it all means for us Broncos fans watching a superstar in maroon and gold. So Healy doesn't make throwaway comments. He reckons Walsh is carrying the same kind of weight Warne did. A young bloke, still learning, but already leading, already the face of the sport, and already under more pressure than anyone else. He says Walsh tries to be just one of the boys, but he isn't. He's pure gold, same as Warne. And again, this isn't saying Walsh is Warne, it's saying the rise of Walsh feels just like the rise of Warne. A buzz that's bigger than the game itself. But let's remember what Warne actually did. By the early 90s, Australian cricket had been rebuilt by Border and Simpson after a tough decade. Then Warne came along and gave it sizzle. He brought leg spin back to life, delivered the ball of the century, and more than that, he made cricket exciting for people who didn't even like cricket. He wasn't just winning matches, he was filling stadiums, selling papers, drawing TV audiences. Warne was box office. Now let's talk Walsh. From his rookie season in 2021, you knew he was special. He pushed Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to the wing so he could play fullback. Walsh was the name everyone was talking about. Then he moved back to the Broncos, the biggest brand in rugby league, paired with the brightest young star. Here's the difference though. Walsh isn't just a footballer. He's a show. The step, the speed, the cutout ball, the smile, the hair, everything about him screams star. And that draws eyeballs. But here's the catch. When you draw that many eyes, normal rules don't apply to you. For 95% of NRL players, a trip to Woolies is nothing. For Walsh, it's photos, autographs, gossip columns. One slip up, one headline, and it's everywhere. That's the price of charisma. He can't blend into the background because he shines too bright. And this is what Healy's point really is. Walsh plays by different rules because the game needs him more than he needs the game. Every good moment, blown up 10 times over. Every bad moment, same deal. A haircut, it's trending. A cheeky grin after a try gets dissected on every panel show. A walk to the shops, it's a story. And that's exactly what Warne lived with. Warne couldn't have a beer, couldn't make a phone call, couldn't do anything without it being news. Walsh is living that in the age of Instagram and TikTok. If Warne had tabloids, Walsh has the entire internet. That's an even harsher spotlight. So let's line them up. Pressure. Both lived under brighter lights than their teammates. Game changers. Warne spun matches. Walsh flips games. Aura. Both walked out and the whole stadium leaned in. Different rules. For the rest, a mistake is a footnote. For them, it's front page. And that's the point. Not that Walsh is equal to Warne, but that his rise feels uncannily similar. And let's be honest, This is what the Broncos were built for. We've always been the glamour club. From Alfie and Kevy to Lockie and Sailor to Hodges and Hunt, Brisbane had stars. But Walsh, he's in a different category. Not just a star in the NRL, a star outside it. He's the kid every youngster wants to be, and the bloke every opposition fan loves to hate. He brings a whole new demographic to the sport. That's pure Broncos. Warne wasn't just a great cricketer, he was a cultural figure. People who never watched a ball of cricket knew who Shane Warne was. Walsh is on that same track. Even people who don't know league know the haircut, know the smile, know the name. That's what bigger than the game looks like. And it's rare, very rare. So is Ian Healy right? Is Reece Walsh the Shane Warne of rugby league? I reckon what Healy's saying is this. The rise of Walsh feels just like the rise of Warne. Both carried the weight of stardom before they'd even reached their peak. Both had that aura that made fans lean forward, and both played by different rules because their charisma and talent made them bigger than the game. The big question for us Broncos fans is this. Can Walshy turn that stardom into a premiership? Warne delivered on the big stage. If Walsh can do it for Brisbane, then we're not just watching a superstar, we're watching a legend in the making. Thanks for tuning in to the Old School Broncos podcast. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and tell me, are you with Ian Healy? Is Walsh Rugby League's Warne? Or is he carving out something entirely different and new? This is the Old School Broncos podcast. Let's go, Broncos.